Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is the second part of the video about AWS Global Accelerator. In the previous video, we have understand the concept, what is the use of AWS Global Accelerator. In this video, we are going to do the actual hands-on and see how it works. So without waiting, let's get started. So here we are on our AWS console. We will go to services and go to EC2 console. Let us go to London region. So we are going to create couple of instances and an application load balancer, and we will have Global Accelerator in front of it. So we are in London region, go to instances, launch instance. Let us launch couple of instances. Let us select Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Here I'll be choosing the default one. So I'm keeping all the configuration as normal. I'm keeping everything default, and here in the user data I'm gonna copy paste this. So this user data is essentially running HTTP server that will show an index page, and that index page will say, hello, my name is Ajit from hostname. So whatever the hostname of this server will be, it will get displayed when we send HTTP request on this server. So we are EU West 2. So it is just gonna say host name EU West 2. So this will simply display, hello, my name is Ajit and I am from so and so host name and in EU West 2 region. So this is what we are going to see. So this is user data. Next we are going to add storage, which we will keep to default. Next, and configure security groups. So I'll just create a security group, and I will allow HTTP traffic on it, and the source will be from anywhere. That means our application can be accessed from anywhere over port 80. Let us give it a name, GAC demo, and then click on review and launch. Click on launch. You can select an existing pair or whatever it is, or you can create a new one. So I'm just saying I don't want any key pair. I'm just launching my instance because I don't want to SSH. I just want to access my web application. Okay, so the instance is now launching. And here is our instance. So our instance is in running state and it is in EU West region. Let us go to Mumbai region. So we are now in Mumbai region. Let us launch an instance in this region. We will follow the same step. We'll select an AMI. So everything is same. It's just that we are going to change the user data to include the other region name, so that when we access our application, we can see an index page which will display us where it is serving the request from. So it's AP South 1. I'm going to put it in user data so that this server says my name is Ajit Khan, my host name is this, and I'm from this region. So rest of the things I'm going to keep default. We can use the same existing security group, or we can create a new one. We will create a new security group and we'll keep everything same. And here also we are going to just proceed without a key pair and click on just launch instance, and it is now launching our instance. So this is our first instance, which is in London region, and here it has a public DNS and a public IP. We can copy this and try to access the web application that we have deployed through user data. So let us copy this and open a new tab and try to access our application. And here we see the message, hello, my name is Ajit and from EU West region. Now this is our second instance, which is in Mumbai region. Let us copy the public DNS and open a new tab and try to access our web application. This should say that I'm from App South 1. So it's not up and running yet. Let us try to open it again. And this time you can see it's showing App South 1. So this means we have two instances in different region, and both of them says where are they from. Now since we have our both the instances running, let us go to services and create a Global Accelerator service. Search Global Accelerator and click on it. So this is Global Accelerator dashboard. Click on Create Accelerator, and this is a global service. Click on Create Accelerator and it will take you to this page. Give it a name. Let us select the standard one. We can have custom routing as well, but as of now we will just stick to the default one. We will add listener. So on which port it should listen. So we will say like we will listen on port 80, and it's a TCP protocol, and we don't have any client affinity as of now, but we can make the client to stick to a particular IP. So we will keep this to none as of now. we can add multiple listener, but right now we will just go with one. So we will have one listener, select a region. So our region was EU West 2. So we have one listener for EU West 2 because our instances was in EU West 2 region. So this is our EU West 2 region, London instance. So we have created a listener for that region. Now we need to configure health checks. So health checks will continuously poll our instances and it will check whether our instance is healthy or not. So I am creating a listener over port 80 and the protocol is HTTP and the interval would be 30 seconds. So after every 30 seconds, the health check will try to reach our instance and it should give 200 OK response code. Now we need to add another endpoint group for our other region, that is App South 1. Select App South 1. And here we need to configure the health checks as well. So we can use the same kind of health check over HTTP and over port 80. Click on next. Now we have our two endpoints. In the endpoint type, select EC2 instances because this is our EC2 instance to which we will be sending traffic from Global Accelerator. As you know, we can send traffic to ALB as well. So we can choose application load balancer. But as of now, we are simply using EC2 instances. So we need to select the endpoint type and we are going to select it as EC2 instance and we will choose the instance ID. In the endpoint group, we need to select all these things. Click on next and it will create your Global Accelerator. So this is our Global Accelerator and the status is deployed now. Click on My Accelerator and it will open further details. So as we talked about in the previous video, we will have two IPs. This is our listener. So we have two listeners, two endpoint groups. You can add more from here. And if you click one endpoint group, you can see it's healthy now because health checks are passing. And this is our second endpoint in which this instance is also showing as healthy. Let us go to My Accelerator again. And here you can see there are two static IPs. So these are the anycast IPs that we talked about in the previous video. And it also has a DNS name. So you can copy this and try to access this in a new tab. And now based on your location, it will give you the response from the required server. So we are in India. So I am getting the response from App South 1, which is closest to my location. Now we will change our location. And if we try to refresh it again and again, we will always get the response from App South 1 because Accelerator is giving traffic to the best possible location. And in our case, it is App South 1. So it is diverting the traffic there. Now in the VPN, we will try to connect VPN and try to simulate the traffic from some another location. So I'm just connecting to a free VPN and we are connected now and I will refresh the page and I'm simulating this traffic from US location. So we'll see the response from the London instance. So as you can see, we are now seeing the response from the London instance. That means the edge location of AWS has directly to our second endpoint, that is the second instance, which is in EU West 2 region. So now we have our accelerator up and running and it's working fine. Let us now try the failover part. So if one of our endpoint or instance is not healthy, let us see how it goes. So as of now, this is our instance in London region. Go to instances of this region. Let us go to the Mumbai region instance. Go to security groups. Click on the security groups and it will take you to the security groups page. Here we need to edit the inbound connection so that we can block the connection on port 80. Click on edit. So we are simply trying to make this instance unhealthy by not allowing the traffic in the security group. And here we are going to simply delete this rule and save it. Okay, so the security group is saved now. And if we try to access our web application, it will simply say we cannot reach to this server. And right now we are in US region. So if we try to access Global Accelerator from India, it will do the failover part and it will take us to the EU West region instance. Okay, so we have got the response from EU West 2 region because our App South 1 instance was not healthy. So the Global Accelerator does its part and did the failover. Let us also cross check if the instance is directly serving the request or not. So let us refresh this page and as you can see, it is already not giving the response, whereas the EU West 2 instance is giving the proper response. Once you do this hands-on, I suggest you to terminate the instances and Global Accelerator because this will cost you. If you are in free tier, the T2.micro will not cost you, but if you are running multiple T2 micro, it might cost you. So delete all the instances and also delete the Global Accelerator. Don't forget to delete the Global Accelerator, and this is how you can delete it. Click on it and simply click on delete button on the top right corner and disable the accelerator. Once it is disabled, you can just type delete in the text box below. This text box will get enabled once it is disabled. It's now disabled. We can type delete in the text box and click on delete. And this will delete your global accelerator that we have created. Let us see what is the pricing of Global Accelerator. So just Google Global Accelerator pricing and open the AWS documentation. As you can see, there is a fixed fee. For every full or partial hour when Accelerator runs in your account, you are charged $0.025 until it is deleted. So per hour there will be a charge of this much, and the data transfer, which depends on your edge location. So this is the table in which all location is specified and how much it will cost you per GB of the data transfer. So you can refer to this table and know your cost. So this is all about AWS Global Accelerator. Hope you enjoyed the hands-on. Do like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.